Welcome back to Joe Stonner Boxing. Turkey Al-Sheikh, the excellent Turkey himself, a couple of days ago mentioned a fight that has previously been mentioned. But of course, when he says it, you think, oh, he's got the money to do it. And that fight is Terrence Crawford challenging Canelo Alvarez. Now, look, I hate this fight. I think it's a stupid matchup. I think it's almost a gimmick fight. It reminds me of, Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn at a much, much higher level, in that it's just a couple of names, throw them together randomly. One guy outweighs the other guy by God knows how much, but so what? The casuals be attracted. It's the fight everyone wants to see. No, it isn't. Not if you don't understand boxing. And of course, we have to get back to the old cliche. There are weight divisions for a reason. Now, I love Bud Crawford. I just think he's a magnificent fighter. And his performance against Spence, regardless of what you think about Spence's condition going in and so on, we didn't know that beforehand. Or some people, there were rumours, but Spence was still a hell of a fighter, But it's the manner in which Crawford went about his work in that fight. It was just sublime. It was exemplary stuff. One of the best individual performances I've seen in my lifetime. Absolutely stunning. Didn't put a foot wrong, a punch wrong. And there was no moment in that fight where he wasn't in complete control, where he wasn't totally on it. And so relaxed, so refined. His skills were so fluid and just fantastic stuff. Canelo, as you know, I have suspicions about him. He's already failed a PED test. I know that he had the hair follicle test, and that supposedly cast doubt on the legitimacy of the failed PED test. But when you're a small middleweight and you spend years claiming you can't, you shouldn't really be fighting Golovkin because he's a middleweight and I'm not really, and then you're suddenly up at light heavy for a fight, and then suddenly it's super middle and you completely wipe the division out. I have my suspicions. I'm not saying he's guilty. But I have severe suspicions, just like I had suspicions about Pacquiao, Holyfield, Juan Manuel Marquez. The list goes on. But do I really want to see a guy who has settled in one way or another to the super middleweight division and has tremendous skills? I mean, whatever you think of Canelo and whatever your suspicions are, he has brilliant skills. He's a very, very good fighter. And his performance against Munguia was, almost punch perfect. He is a wonderful talent, actual talent, just like Bud is. But the fact of the matter is, he outweighs him. Currently he outweighs him by 1.5 stones. And Bud Crawford has his debut, his light middleweight 154 challenge scheduled. So that will have to happen first. And then after that one fight, if he wins it, they're talking about him jumping up another 2 divisions. So within the space of just over, 18 months, he's gone from being a 10 stone 7 fighter to being a 12 stoner, supposedly. I don't buy it. I just don't. What does Canelo have to gain out of beating up a bloke who's a welterweight, who started off his career as a lightweight, who won, a title at lightweight, who defended it, who cleaned up two divisions, much lower divisions, 140 and 147, who spent years doing it? What does he have to gain from a guy who is a 147 pounder? I know Canelo spent, years as a light middleweight, and then he was a middleweight, and now he's up to super middle. And yes, he's fought a couple of times at 175. He's just naturally a bigger, stockier guy, one way or the other. And let's not forget that Bud is also 38. And by the time that fight rolls around, I think they mentioned December. The excellent Turkey said December. October, December, they say? I think it was December. I don't know Bud's exact birthday, but he'll probably be close to his 39th birthday than his 38th birthday. So I think that this is a stupid fight. It's a stupid matchup. I don't want to see it. I want to see Canelo. I know they've moved to 175, but I want to see Canelo fight either Benavidez or David Morell. especially David Morell, who I always thought would be the last man standing at 168. But I don't want to see Canelo fight blown up welterweights, or even if you say Bud's a 154 pounder, I don't care. I don't want to see him fighting much smaller guys. I want to see him fighting the guys he should be fighting. Even Munguia. I mean, Munguia only had, was that his second or third fight at 168? I know he's a big lump, but he's very tall. But did he really have time to settle into the 168 division? I don't know, Maybe he was always a 168 pounder. I don't know. But these are questions that us boxing fans ask. They're viable questions. But when it comes to a guy challenging another fella 2 or 3 weight divisions below, or defending his belt against him, as would be the case, just because they're 2 names and we put them together and the casuals love it and it makes lots of money, it's not a fight I'm interested in. I'm really not. So let me, you tell me what you think. Do you agree with me or not? I'm still annoyed that Crawford didn't face Boots Ennis, because I think that was a brilliant matchup at 147. Brilliant matchup. Yeah. I want to see that. But it ain't going to happen, is it? Maybe it'll happen at 154. You see why? All right. Bud moves to 154, wins a belt, and then, Boots moves up and faces him. Those are the fights I want to see, evenly matched. I don't want to see weight bullies. I'm not interested in weight bullies. And that's a phrase that's often used. So-and-so's a weight bully. Well, if you can make a weight, you're not really a bully. Not really, if you make it legitimately. But when you're established at a certain division and you're asking someone to jump 2 or 3 divisions up to face you, that to me is a weight bully. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Anyway, tell me what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Let me know what you think will happen. Will this happen? I hope not, but it probably will, won't it? But you see, not everything the excellent turkey that comes out of his mouth is a pearl of wisdom. I know he's a fanatical boxing fan, absolute fanatic, but some of his ideas, not all of his ideas are great ones, and I don't think this is a great one. I like the guy. I think he's a nice little fellow. He seems like a very sort of nice guy, and he seems to have a very genuine love for boxing, and that's fine with me. But this one, no, mate, sit down. No. Go on then, tell me what you think. Comments below. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new, and hit the like button and spread the word about Joe Stunner Boxing. Let's build up the channel. Keep it growing. It makes sense. Catch you later. Bye for now.